The Ramayana trailer is a disappointing abomination. It looks exceptionally expensive and disappointingly cheap at the same time. It is an atrocious and inconsistent mishmash of multiple different art styles with varying levels of quality and polish that seems to be cut together in a rushed and uncaring fashion at the last minute to meet some arbitrary non-existent deadline. But leaving all the technicalities aside, the worst part of the entire trailer, if you ask me, would be the simple fact that it left me feeling nothing. How does this even happen for a film of this budget and scale? Why does it happen? What can be done here? We look at what the trailer gets right, what it gets catastrophically wrong, and what it signals about the film itself. Let's begin. Having seen the title of this video and having heard the intro, I know at least some of you folks are planning to get me lynched. But believe me, these are not the venomous words of some lefty liberal who hates Hinduism. No, these are the disappointed musings of a proud conservative Hindu man who is sick and tired of the Indian film industry continuously hijacking our religious sentiments by promising an epic that could match the heights of our holy texts, only to deliver something subpar and borderline insulting. It has been barely 3 years since Adipurush let us all down with an astonishingly atrocious rendition of Ramayana. The bar was pretty low for any future adaptation, but then it was announced that the new Ramayana film would cost around 4,000 crore, that is around 476 million US dollars. That is Avengers Infinity War money, and not just that, a well-rounded star-studded cast was also attached. Plus, it would be directed by the guy who made Dangal, with a score by A.R. Rahman and Hans Zimmer of all people, and visual effects being delivered by DNEG, the studio behind the Interstellar and Dune films and Blade Runner 2049. What the hell? Needless to say, hopes were pretty high. And now the trailer has dropped and the reactions are split, to say the least. Obviously there will be people who are there to hate or love the movie for political and religious reasons, but let's be objective here. It is nowhere as horrible as the Adipurush trailers, but that's a pretty low bar to clear. And it would be intellectually dishonest to say that the trailer has nothing good about it. Sure, one or two shots, those which are fully CG and clearly worked on by DNEG, are glorious to say the least. And even if they were to look like they were bordered on video game graphics, they still look amazing. And the texts and the title screens that pop up, they look immaculately premium as well. But the best thing about the trailer was hands down the score, which builds and booms. Yeah, do put on some headphones as the trailer suggested. You will find that it's extremely epic. All that being said, the trailer sets a very bad first impression with the opening shot of the battlefield, which is supposed to be this epic slow motion grand reveal, but it is brought down by what seems to be choppy frame rate, as if the render farm can't handle the load. But then the trailer immediately cuts to the next shot of the creature stomping, who seems to be one of our leading characters. Then we have what looks like borderline AI generated shot of Rama from the back with the same choppy frame rate again, followed by this live action tracking shot of Rama being welcomed by his people, only the frame rate is choppy again. What the hell? So it's not a CG render issue after all. Whoever cut the trailer slowed down the footage, which was already close to 24 FPS, I'm imagining, just to have it look cool, only to have it end up looking laggy and choppy. How did it pass any quality check? I have no idea. Anyway, moving on. Next we have a shot of the monster fight in the forest, probably one of the best looking CG shots from the trailer, but again it looks borderline like a video game. Why is that? I'll answer that in a bit. But moving on, we again have a few more clearly badly green screened or chroma keyed shots. I mean, the waterfall shot could have been captured on location and it would have looked so much better, but nope, I guess we are too lazy for that. We have a few more whatever looking CG shots broken up by some actual good looking live action shots, and finally the reveal of Ranbir Kapoor. I'm not buying him as one bit. I mean, no one can match a literal god, but clearly Ranbir Kapoor lacks the screen presence and the gravitas to pull off such a role. Anyway, few more good live action shots and then a montage of cheap looking action bits cut together, followed by a final shot of the trio with Ranbir Kapoor lit by the most Netflix slop level lighting imaginable. And then we have a post credit reveal of Ravana and a really well done CG shot of Pushpaga Vimana. A very good CG shot indeed. But that shot really drove home the issue with the trailer for me. See, the issue is not that the CG is bad or the video gamey per se, it's the fact that it looks inconsistent with the rest of the trailer. Every time we cut from live action footage to green screen, or from green screen shots to CG, or from CG to live action footage, it seems to be an issue for the entire trailer. I can pull stills from various parts of this trailer and none of it would look like it would belong in the same film. You can pull off unrealistic VFX and CG. Realism has never been a problem for cinema, as long as you immerse your audience properly. Look at something like 300. Everything looks fake and stylized, but the audience don't care. They have been immersed in this world. With the Rama trailer, the film looks completely different every few seconds, breaking the immersion. The full CG shots have a certain grand, epic cinematic look to them. Meanwhile, the green screen sequences look a bit like cheap indie productions, and the live action sequences have plain, bland Netflix lighting devoid of any shadows or depth. All of this could have worked in isolation, but together they contrast jarringly against each other and pull you out of the experience. Could this just be a trailer issue that will resolve itself when we see the entire film properly instead of seeing isolated bits and pieces? Hopefully, I guess. But I do worry that this speaks to a lack of consistent art style and production design being applied to the film. I also believe that the more horrible looking VFX shots, especially the green screened or chroma keyed ones, can be composited better later by the time the film releases. Will they do it? We'll have to wait and see. But beyond all of this, the singular thing that has been bothering me throughout the entire trailer was the simple fact that I did not feel excited one bit. In fact, I am less excited for this film than Kattanar, which is another mythological action epic releasing in Malayalam, whose trailer released a day or two ago. Is it because the trailer for Rama was cut this way almost in the last minute, like some kind of rush job? Possibly. Could this be a similar case of the superhero genre fatigue in Hollywood, where us over here, we are at the tail end of the Indian historic mythological action film era and the fatigue has truly set in? I believe so. Regardless, the filmmakers have at least 6 months to clean up their act and get a film ready that will satisfy the audience. And we as audience members have the moral responsibility to let the filmmakers know about our displeasure and not let them hijack our religious sentiments into celebrating or accepting a subpar product. Anyway, 6 months. Hopefully the filmmakers will deliver the film that we were hyped up and not what the trailers promised. Shigeru Miyamoto of Nintendo once said, "A delayed product is eventually good, but a rushed product is forever bad." I'm paraphrasing here. I hope the filmmakers are aware of this quote, and if needed, I hope they will delay the film altogether and fix all the issues and deliver something worthwhile. Because the difference between a classic and a catastrophe is often just the courage to say it's not ready yet. And once it will be ready, I will be there day one to see if they did get it ready, whenever it may be. Till then, this is the Indian Movie Critic. Bye.